We've got the final 9 holes of the 2022 Augusta Classic presented by the Augusta Disc Golf Association. We're coming to you from Lake Olmstead in Augusta, Georgia. Run Productions bringing you this coverage. I'm Felix.
And I am Conrad.
Conrad, it's a 4-stroke advantage heading down the back stretch for Martin Kneece. Is he just trying to maintain at this point? Is he pushing it, keeping what he's doing?
Well, we talked about him playing tag and trying not to be it. He is still chasing, trying to run away from everyone in the field. But Braden, he's not being winded. Anything can happen on the back half.
Absolutely. We'll start things off on hole 10, a par 3, 279 feet. This is an island hole, which does play as a hazard. If you miss the island itself, you see the outline here of the island. There will be some banners or wall plates or whatever you call those things to help define the actual island itself. That tree on the right, that manhole cover, can come into play as your shot comes in. There's also the rollaway potential, which can take you to a hazard on the left-hand side of this island as well.
Ooh, that stayed up quick. Oh, hit the bridge.
The bridge?
And that is going to be a hazard.
That's the hazard. Yeah, he's just past the markings there for the hazard. We did not know from the tee whether or not he was safe. So Braden here just playing his shot and stays up. He's got about 15 to 20 feet left for his birdie. Hunter with that quick fire there on his hit point.
Executing a great shot there.
And Jason and Lynn wrapping up these 4 drives here, going a little higher, wider hyzer.
Hopefully it will stick a little better, but it hits the tree.
That's a tricky putt from there. Martin putting uphill. Stays up top on the plateau.
And that's a scary putt too, because he hit the front of the cage, but it kicked to the right, which kept him from going back down into the hazard.
Oh no, that one sails, and that's found the hazard.
Wow.
And this is no gimme by any means coming back.
Oh, whoa.
That one sits, thankfully. We've talked about the rollaway potential on the front 9 on so many of these holes. This is no exception. And the birdie there as Braden continues marching along and collecting strokes. A 3-stroke lead now just for Martin Kneece. Oh, actually, the bogey, a 2-stroke lead.
Because of the hazard stroke.
Good birdie there
for Hunter. An unfortunate double there for Jason with the hazard stroke for going hazard on his putt.
So there you see Braden with the birdie early on, capitalizing, cutting it down to just a 2-stroke advantage for Martin Kneece.
Hole 11 is a par 4 coming in at 445 feet. We saw that this hole got eagled during round 2. We'll see if we can get some of the same here. We're either going to see a turnover or a backhand. A turnover backhand or a forehand that gets around that 200 to the pin mark or just past it, so that you have a nice, easy approach into this narrowing fairway as you get to the green. Water should not really come into OB, but the cart path on the left the entire way may.
Looks like the wind has calmed down a little bit. We saw some gusting wind earlier on in the round.
It's a little inside, but he stays out enough that he'll have a second shot.
Oh, that looks turned.
Yeah, that
needs a lot of help.
And it was not going to get any.
That one has found the out of bounds.
Oh, Martin went with the forehand this time.
He eagled this during round 2 with a big backhand, playing a little more conservative though here with a 2-stroke lead.
Yeah, and he may have just pinched himself with that forehand landing where it did. Jason can wear forehand as well. This is traditionally where you expect people to land, not as close to OB as he did, but over in that general area. So Hunter having to go from where he went OB goes with a forehand, but the wind just takes that. He just became a sail.
There's the wind we were talking about.
He is in there. That's going to be a hazard stroke, natural hazard, not an actual hazard stroke though. Martin does another forehand to get up to the basket, playing for the birdie here.
That was a tough shot. He was definitely more pinched than he would have liked to have been there. A little spike approach there on the forehand.
You can see the wind blowing Braden's shirt as he attempts to put it close with this forehand.
Oh, almost knocks it in. Trying to get an eagle the hard way.
Oh, luckily Hunter didn't go as far in as I thought he did.
Difficult footing though on that jumper. Goes down to a knee afterwards and clips that low ceiling coming out. Braden definitely needs this here for the birdie. Makes good on the putt there to keep the pressure on Martin.
Hunter taps down for his bogey after taking that OB stroke. Martin knows what he needs to do to stay one step ahead of the chasing Braden. And Jason tapping in for his bird as well. Well executed hole.
Nicely done by the card overall. So it remains just a 2-stroke lead so far for Martin Kneece. Hole 12, one of my favorites on this course. This is a par 3 at 280 feet, a beautiful and picturesque hole with danger the entire way. Water on the right-hand side playing as out of bounds. You've also got this walking path on the left-hand side, which is also out of bounds. If you do go OB, you go right to the drop zone, which is not an easy putt, about an 80-foot putt if you're trying to save your par at that point. These last 2 trees here do form a bit of a guardian barrier as your shot is coming in on hyzer. Forehands can work here as well, but you're likely going to see 4 backhand hyzers attacking this green.
That has the good height on it to get underneath and penetrate. That is within the circle, probably about 20 feet away.
Yeah, beautiful shot there for Braden. A bit of a statement drive. Martin looking to match almost the exact same line.
There's a little bit more angle on it, so he is parked.
That's a statement drive there.
Yeah. One step ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's putting out a disc that you trust. It's going to come back in the gap.
Beautiful shot.
Yes.
Trust for sure on that disc. Overstable.
Man, it's just...
Hunter just, yeah, that quick hit.
Oh,
that one finds the water.
That was probably so close to being on land.
Mm-hmm. Trying to determine where he went out of bounds, but he should be advancing right to the drop zone. They're trying to determine whether or not he's actually in bounds or if he's touching land. You won't even let him keep the disc. So this is from the drop zone here to try to save the par.
Yeah, it's hard to do with that limb right there, with the tree having that limb hang out over the path that you need.
Birdie putt there for Jason. Recovered nicely after the a little bit of trouble he found on hole 10.
Mm-hmm.
Braden here, as you can see, and he can see, Martin is parred, so he needs this here for birdie.
On the front, he let 2 opportunities to get away from him. He knows that he cannot afford to do that now.
Yeah, we could potentially have been tied right now had he made those 2 putts. Not that they were gimmies. One was a little bit more outside, but I'm sure the second one he would have liked to have had. Good birdie there, good focus, taking his time, going through the routine. And that hard putt once again from Hunter for the bogey. Absolute part job for Martin. Not making it easy on anyone.
Hole 13 is a par 3 coming in at 335 feet. You want to miss this initial tree on the right. These trees by the basket, they take your disc and won't give them back to you.
Yes, they suck them in. That's what they do.
So you want to get by them one way or another, either inside or the outside line, getting to the green and hopefully not dealing with the slope that is going towards the OB that runs along the entire right side. Braden's trying to go around everything with this, and
that needs to finish
has gone
in a
around
hurry.
Everything with that, and not come back in bounds.
Not a helping wind either here. It's kind of swirling. There's almost a left to right that they were dealing with at this point, so it's tending to push the hyzers out and keep it further OB.
Martin puts this up high
and finishes back and past the tree line. He's
wow.
About 15-20 feet left.
Mm-hmm.
Get inside of it.
He called for it. I don't think that's what he meant when he said get inside of it, though.
It has now become one with the tree. Hopefully it trickled back down where he can actually grab it. That's pushing inside of the tree line. There into the hillside.
Oh, whoa. How did that happen?
It's a wonky roll there off of those rocks and comes back behind that little bush there. Long look here for Braden.
Get in.
Ooh.
Hits metal from there.
Good run.
Thought I made it.
I just want to make sure y'all are good with this. I mean, it's about as good as I can do straight down.
Yeah. And then he's just going to put
I'm going to try to put my back up against that, and y'all just make sure I'm in line. All right.
It's a veteran move there by Jason. Make sure you get your card mates involved so that there can't be any kind of dispute as to whether or not you had a legal stance.
Mm-hmm.
And that's... We saw Martin in there during round 2, and we were wondering what lane he took, because that's typically what you see from these trees, is once you're in there, it takes like 2 shots just to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a scary look here for this putt.
All right.
And Martin for birdie. And just like that, erasing the advantage that Braden had worked so hard to cut into.
Mm-hmm. Jason tapping in for his bogey. Braden's going to come up and do the same after taking his OB stroke. And Hunter tapping in for his par.
Tough hole. You look at it on paper, you think par 3, 320, no biggie for these guys. But you see,
there's teeth.
Mm-hmm. Hole 14, another 325-foot par 3. This one more of a straight shot, though. One that these guys, it's almost a stock shot for them at this point. You do have some trees on the left-hand side and right-hand side, and a little bit of a low-hanging ceiling here as you approach the beginnings of the green. The slope left to right here can play a little bit of tricks and havoc on your disc as it's coming in towards the green, but these guys are probably going to be throwing some slower discs, maybe even fairways. They should be able to control the angle coming in here. This is a Mid-range here for Martin. A little bit of kiss off the cabbage.
Didn't hurt him too much.
Now as he is very much inside the circle.
It was a little too high there.
I can't tell if Hunter just bags all red discs or if he's throwing the same red disc on every shot and every hole every time. Mid-range for Braden as well.
Oh, that
This
is
looks
great.
fantastic. Get
Just
in.
hit it.
Ooh, scaring it, almost draining it for the ace there.
Was that an ace run?
That was an ace run.
All right. Jason taking a red disc out of Hunter's bag.
Pushing that right side a bit. We saw a couple people end up pretty much where he's at now.
He's a little bit more forward than Tyler was second round, so he may have an easier straddle putt.
Letting this one get away from him a little bit. That's
Yeah.
not the putt you want coming back for your par. Not loving it.
Oh. You also hate when you get it that you're still out,
Yes.
still on you.
Jason with a birdie look here.
Nice bird for Jason.
Knocking it home. Staring contest there between Jason and Martin here.
Kind of weird dance they're doing on.
And the birdie there from Martin as he continues to just chug along on the birdie train.
And Braden gets a birdie as well.
Nicely done keeping it at 4 strokes once again.
So they've really definitely separated themselves from the rest of the field. So it's just really a two-man.
Oh yeah, it's a 2-horse race at this point. Come check us out over at patreon.com/AceRunPro and become an Ace Runner for as little as $3 a month. You get access to early and exclusive content, podcasts, monthly and quarterly giveaways, all for just $3 a month at patreon.com/AceRunPro.
Hole 15 is a par 3 coming in at 310 feet. Here off of the tee, you have what appears to be 3 initial gaps. The gap that the drone is flying through is not a real one. That's just the straightest line to the basket. You'll see most of the players here are going to throw a low hyzer that skips around these guardian trees and tries to trickle in to the green area. The green is slanted slightly from left to right. Really, OB should not be a factor for any of these players. Object is just to see how close we can get to the basket off the drive for the bird. Martin taking a higher line than he took last time.
Getting a better result.
I'd say it's about the same, just in a different direction.
Yeah, I thought that was going to check up a little bit there. Bring a little
That
tighter
looks
to the tree
good.
line.
He's saying, come on, because he knew it was
It was
aiming at those
tight.
trees.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the danger of taking the straighter of the hyzer line there. This looks a little wider. I like that.
Has a little bit more pace, too, so it should get a little skip action.
Yep,
Whoa.
that is fantastic there.
Yep.
Hunter with that same red disc. Again, and the great result that
I can't
time.
tell
Yeah,
like
I
what
don't
it is
know.
to. All right, so that one has a silver stamp. I
Yeah.
think I saw a silver stamp on that one, so we'll use that. We only have a few holes left, though.
Long bid.
That looked off.
Yeah. The footing was a little tricky there. You saw him slip at the end of his release. He's got this coming back for his par. Absolutely needs it.
Oh,
Doesn't get it. Hands on the hips. He knows at this point.
yeah.
Just a few holes left. You cannot leave any of those out there.
Martin is extending this 4-stroke lead into more.
Yes. Good birdie there for Jason. Nicely done. Braden with the unfortunate bogey there late in the round.
And Hunter putting in his birdie for hole 15.
Good hole there for the lead card overall. Hole 16, a picturesque par 3, 360 feet. You've got all this beauty on your right-hand side, which is also treacherous. This lake does play out of bounds on your right-hand side. There is also a left-hand side, which most of these players will not be taking. You're going to see basically power hyzers getting over this tree line and water line, attacking this multi-tiered green, trying to get themselves a look for the birdie late in the round here. Martin taking the power hyzer up over the top there, having a drift back over to the left. And
oh, wow.
Just nearly acing it. Trying to put an exclamation point on this round and on this tournament.
Oh, that's awful. Oh my God.
I don't think he likes it.
I don't think so either. He's kind of sawing off some limbs on the way. Not a terrible result, though. You still have a look there.
Okay, red disc.
It's that silver stamp one. I think it's that nuke. This is way wide. That's a lot of trust on that disc, and here it comes.
Those two trees you have to, okay. Yeah. There was two trees that you really have to worry about, but not for him.
Yeah. Braden with the more traditional line, just trying to get it over that right tree, but that's going to get fading a little bit too much to the left, but actually, that hillside kind of stopped it.
Mm-hmm. That was a good bid. Hunter's now putting with a red nuke. No, just joking. Braden eyeing this up.
No, and that one just squibs away and rolls on him.
Can he abandon that and go back to the... No.
Yeah,
well, he could,
you can.
It'd be
it's not an OB situation, though. You're taking an extra stroke for no reason. Man.
Yeah.
He's very much capable of making this putt coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely a nervy one, and one that you don't want to have to be looking at for par.
Oh, wow.
That will pretty much seal it there for Braden, unfortunately. His back-to-back bogeys here are going to seal his fate. And Martin, who nearly aced it.
He's tapping at his bird.
Yeah, just a drop-in birdie there.
Talk about an exclamation point.
Yeah, all he has to do here is just avoid the danger of 17.
Well, I thought you were about to call it the dollar, but okay.
Yeah, and just walk it in on 18, and it's his.
Hole 17 is a par 3, 320 feet. Simple enough on paper, but the trickery doesn't come with the water on the left or the bushes that are lining up this fairway. It comes with the green. This green is severely sloped. I don't think we've ever seen a green slope this much, or even seen a green that comes to close to being justified how much the slope is on camera.
Inverness.
Like, this is... Okay, well, on camera, though. On camera.
Ask Michael Johansson about a specific green at Inverness.
Oh,
Beats
wow.
the tree on the inside line. He can lay up 3 times there and be fine.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that hole.
Mm-hmm.
But that one's worse because it's so long downhill.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think it's as severe though. This is like
it's not
severe.
out of bounds either, but it's just
At some point you wish it was.
That's still
Oh
rolling.
my gosh. And
He's
It's-
finally
wow.
out of bounds.
did that not land by the basket?
It did.
Oh. This hole is so scary.
It is.
Oh wow. Did he get over?
Okay.
He's just on the slant there on the right-hand side of that hill.
Okay.
But it did stay up right in here. Taking a nice approach to it. I like this angle a lot. Okay, and that one settles.
Okay.
If you come in with too much angle, obviously you have a big time danger of rollaway there. Little putter approach here for Hunter. Just trying to match the slope as best as he can. And that's well done. And Jason trying not to fall into the water or get attacked by the alligator that allegedly lives right around that section.
He's over by the sign, so
Yeah.
as long as he's not by the sign, he should be fine.
He's still got some work to do there.
Yeah.
He's kind of on that hillside a little bit. He
Yeah.
can easily still roll away.
Ooh, ooh.
Oh, and there it goes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it
Okay,
actually
well,
curls.
Yeah. This is where Braden's hyzer putt kind of like just worries me.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage if you miss or if you hit metal and don't sink it.
Yeah. Ooh, good par.
Sinks it for the par. Good concentration there. This hole's just terrifying because you can try and play it safe and still somehow get a double bogey. As Jason does well just to limit the damage to a bogey after going out of bounds on the drive.
Hunter taps that with his par. It's just so quick.
It is. And Martin here with this left for his par. Does what he needed to do on that hole. Avoided the big number. Hole 18 doesn't present nearly the same amount of danger that hole 17 does. Our finishing hole, hole 18, a par 3, 294 feet. Pretty straightforward. You do have some slope to deal with here, going left to right or right to left on the downslope itself. The out of bounds on hole 17, the water still is in play. There's also out of bounds parking lot on the right hand side. These last trees here are your last obstacles to beat coming in here. There is a bit of an elevation change from the tee, which can affect the angle of your shot as well. Just have to avoid throwing it into the ground basically off the tee here with the forehand, and this looks pretty ideal. That's more than enough.
Nice and high.
Yep, staying on that right hand side. That looks really good as well.
Oh wow.
Almost knocking the lock off of that one.
Braden now throwing the red disc. Oh, that's gonna fade out on him though.
Yeah, it's drifting a little left, and that slope is going to drag it along near hole 16's basket there.
Jason throwing a Firebird here.
Beating that tree inside, and he's up near where Martin ended up.
I'm out, right?
Graham with a long uphill look here.
Really has the green light to just go ahead and run this.
Yeah. And he does. Sits down right next to the pin there.
This is a strange angle to have to putt from, but Jason puts it in.
Nicely done, man. Having to deal with that low ceiling right on top of him.
The stands and those leaves. Those were huge, slippery leaves.
Yes. Hunter with a birdie to finish out his tournament. Nice showing there. Just going to leave him at 19 down. Braden with the par to close out his round. Great showing for him, battling all the way down to the end.
And I think we missed a shot by Mr. Fast Play Martin.
The 2022 Augusta Disc Golf Champion, the Augusta Classic, Mr. Martin Kneece.
Yeah, Martin Kneece with a dominating performance there. Just the one blemish on his back nine, 11 down after a 13 down second round.
And we see there was really not much anyone could do to catch up with Martin when he was on that pace. We have Braden coming in second, Jason and Brandon tying for third, and Ezra Robinson in at fifth place.
Yeah, big thank you to the Augusta Disc Golf Association, TD John Baker, everybody that had a hand in this event. Check out our socials at Ace Run Pro on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We've got plenty more content coming your way for the rest of this off season and into the next. Big shout out to our Patreon family, our Ace Runners, always supporting us and helping to get us out to more events like this. Appreciate you checking out all the action from the 2022 Augusta Disc Golf Classic. And as always from us at Ace Run Productions, let's run it.